Hey guys, what's up? So I am so excited to be on here and be doing a video for you guys because I know I haven't shown up at all in like a really long time on YouTube, but I have been posting very frequently on my podcast. So guys, go listen to my podcast, All for the Dreamers, on Apple Podcasts. I share a lot of content about how to do energy healing sessions. I talk about like family, how to be the best version of yourself, how to improve your relationship with your friends, romantic partners. I talk about all sorts of things. There's all things spirituality. So definitely go and listen to that. But I wanted to show up on here, and I'm going to be showing up more frequently on YouTube, guys. I'll be posting every single day this week. But I wanted to show up and talk because I was reflecting on an experience that I had when I went up to Penn State to do a presentation back in December, actually. And so when I was at Penn State, I got up into this class and I was sharing this very vulnerable experience that I had my freshman year of college, where I was struggling with anxiety. I was dealing with depression. I had a misdiagnosed health problem at the time. I just had this huge spiritual awakening that really changed my life, and it's what led me to get to this point in my life where I was able to create my major and work on building my life coaching and spiritual business while I was still in school and making money and doing all those things. And so it was a very life-changing experience. But I was thinking, because after that wonderful experience I had, I still kind of felt like I failed in some way in presenting, because as soon as my presentation was over, the first thing that I did when I went back to my hotel room was I started to think of all the ways that I could improve my presentation. Like, I went directly into that instead of taking a couple minutes to thank and congratulate myself for being vulnerable and doing something that I never imagined that I was going to be doing. And it made me think about how often we do this, where we take more time to criticize and judge ourselves. We take a lot of time thinking of how we can improve on situations, which is great, but sometimes we don't really give ourselves the opportunity to congratulate ourselves for the amazing accomplishments we've had. We don't give ourselves the credit for how much growth and progress we've been able to make up until this point in our lives. Like, you've been able to change so much from who you were even like 6 months ago, and you definitely deserve to take a minute to acknowledge yourself for that. And actually, I think a lot of that comes from our ability to show unconditional love for ourselves. It's difficult to be able to be fully empowered and to be able to really hone in on that energy of unconditional love for self when you are not able to sit at times and really recognize how amazing of a person and a being you are. And I want to note here too, guys, your worth doesn't come from the things that you are able to do. It doesn't come from the things that you're able to produce and how many and how big of like an impact you're able to make in the world. And so I know if you're watching this video, you probably are someone who really cares about changing the world. You're someone who feels very passionate about being a light worker and doing what you can to raise the vibration of love frequency on this planet. And I feel that same exact way, guys. That's why I do these videos and I do all the work that I do in the world. But at the end of the day, one of the best ways that you can build the vibration on this planet is by truly embodying that unconditional love energy for yourself and taking those times to recognize that your worth is not rooted in what you're able to produce back out for other people. Like, you are inherently worthy because you are here. Like, that is your soul. That is your whole purpose for being here. Actually, part of it for every person, I believe, is to recognize your level of worth and understanding that your worth does not come from just all these outside things that you're able to accomplish and that you're able to do. And also as well, guys, something else that I had a thought about this morning was that, you know, it's crazy because so many of us have this conditioned idea and this belief that just because something has monetary value, it means that it's more valuable than something that doesn't have like a monetary value attached to it. You know, something isn't more worthy just because it's priced at like a higher price point, you know? And many of us have this belief. I mean, we all see it in simple things like when we're trying to like buy products like clothing and things like that. Like people really do believe that if they're buying makeup and clothes and it's priced at a higher price point, that means that it's higher price point, sorry. That means that it's more valuable, but that's not necessarily true, and I know you guys know that, but I'm saying it just in case any of you needed that message today, because that kept coming up in my mind, and so I felt like that was something that I needed to share back with you guys. I always do that whenever something comes up really strongly for me in my mind. I know that there are people out there who definitely need to hear that message, so I'm sharing that with you. I also want you to know that you are such a beautiful, strong, powerful being. People look up to you, and you are a role model for so many people. Like, you're a role model for people that you don't even know that you're a role model for. Like, there are so many moments in my life where I can think back where I know that someone said something to me that was just the right thing that I needed to hear in that moment, or someone has really said something that I've carried with me ever since I was like a child, and I still think about it to this day. Like, if it was a really positive message that I really felt in my heart and soul. And I want you guys to know that you are that for other people in the world right now, whether they're telling you that or not. I mean, really take a second to think back. How many times has someone done something helpful for you or said something that was super like life-changing for you, but you didn't take that moment to thank them for it? You didn't tell them how amazing or groundbreaking what they just said was for you, but you've held it close to your heart and your soul. And all of us have moments like these all the time where we're continually saying and doing these things, but we don't recognize it because no one's telling us. But because we're not receiving that verbal feedback that we're hoping for, we start to doubt our work. We start to doubt ourselves. We start to believe that what we have to share and offer to this world is no longer valuable or meaningful. And it's absolutely not true, guys. Like, this stuff happens all of the time. Like, this is the nature of your being. It's the nature of your being to help people and to show up with love and care for them. And you always are saying and doing things that are beneficial and helping people. And sometimes you may not be realizing because you're putting so much energy and so much pressure behind like the type of work that you want to produce, so much so that you're forgetting all of these amazing moments where you're really helping to change other people's lives, even when you aren't necessarily meaning to in that moment. Like, you're literally just showing up and being yourself, and sometimes that's enough to really change the world, and that's enough to really inspire someone to do something or to feel better about themselves or to change their perspective that they've had on a specific idea. And so I just wanted you all to really let that sink in and take some time today to really think and congratulate yourself for all the times that you've been able to help people, even the times that you're not fully consciously aware of, because no one's come up to you and told you that you've really made an impact on them in their lives. So that's all I have for you for this video today, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be posting it all this week. So definitely please make sure that you share this video with anyone who needs this message. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the amazing things that I'm about to post on here, guys. I'm super excited to share it all with you. And if you're looking for a life or spiritual coach to really help you create the best version of yourself, your life, you want some extra help and teachings to really be in your power and truly being your light worker energy as strong as possible, guys, reach out to me. You can visit my website, beauncaward.com, or you can just reach out to me on here. I'd love to connect with you guys. Okay, bye.